So today we're making an Instant Pot cheesecake. So for those of you who aren't familiar with an Instant Pot, it's a brand of pressure cooker. I got this like 2 years ago and I love it. I've got the 6-quart IP Luxe model. So you can do all kinds of stuff with this. You can make meals and yogurt and desserts. Today we're going to make cheesecake. Just regular old cheesecake. So I've got here 2 eggs, some vanilla, 2 blocks of cream cheese, and they're the 8-ounce size, some sweetened condensed milk, graham crackers, butter, sugar. I've got my 7-quart spring-form pan, because that's what fits in the Instant Pot. If I could make a bigger one in there, I would, but this is what fits in my Instant Pot. I've got a piece of parchment already cut to fit the bottom of my cheesecake pan. That's just to keep to make it, to be able to remove it easier, so you can put it on a pretty plate when you're ready. We got some foil here, and that'll come in at the end. This is a trivet. It goes in the bottom of the Instant Pot, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. So first we have our cream cheese. Cut it up into smaller blocks, and I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 15-second increments, and we're going to stir in between each increment. So and then the eggs are room temperature, so you want to get your ingredients out and kind of get the eggs to room temperature. You can use any brand of stuff. See, I have an array of stuff here. It's just kind of whatever I have on hand. We want to keep doing this until it gets nice and soft. So it's still pretty firm. So let's put it there. I'm going to do. And then you want your graham crackers, about a cup of crushed graham crackers. You can use the pre-made kind. It's already crushed and crumbled and ready to go. Or you can throw some in a Ziploc bag and crush it up with a rolling pin, or use your food processor or your blender, however you want to do it. Whatever is easier for you. Stir. Still pretty firm. So throw this back in there. And then we've got 3 tablespoons of butter, which I'm going to melt. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of sugar. And that'll be our crust. We're getting there. Still a little thick, but we're getting there. Using an egg. Alright, and this is 3/4 of a cup of sweetened condensed milk, just part of the batter. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Once this cream cheese gets nice and soft, you can mix all that together. So it's got a little bit more to go. It's not quite there yet. Now, thing about this Instant Pot, I love it, so you make so many different things in it. And had I known more about it when I got it, I would have gotten the one with the yogurt button, because you can do more stuff with the yogurt button, like proofing bread. You can do cold start yogurt. I make my yogurt boil method, but that's another video. We'll get into that another time. Okay, let's see, this is good to go. It's starting to get pretty. You want it really soft, and I think I want to go probably one more just to get it nice and soft. We gotta melt this butter too.
Why are you doing 15-second increments and not just like a minute or 2 minutes?
You don't want your cream cheese too hot either. You kind of want to keep it still. It's just to get it soft enough.
30 seconds on the butter.
Butter, yeah. I think 30 seconds is good. Yeah, this is pretty soft here. This looks good. Yeah, it's got a nice texture to it. We're gonna go ahead and add our sweetened condensed milk to this. All that in there. Whisk. I'm just gonna mix this so it's incorporated. There's no lumps. You want it nice and smooth. Probably use a hand mixer, but you don't want to overmix either. That can cause problems with your cheesecake, like being too lumpy or something like that. So, got this pretty well mixed in here. Most of the little lumps out. Alright, I think we can go ahead and add our vanilla. 2 teaspoons. Give this a mix before I start adding the eggs. Looks good. 2 large eggs. These came from my chickens this morning. You want to get these eggs nice and incorporated. Really get in there. You don't want any globs of egg that are not mixed in. This looks really good. Alright, I'm going to grab that butter. It's melted. We're going to go ahead and mix this in with our graham crackers. And our 2 tablespoons of sugar. mix. Get all coated and mixed. And I'm flinging it everywhere. Alright, so now we got our pan, and I cut out, I just traced the bottom of the pan with a piece of parchment paper just to make it fit. And then just line the bottom and grease the inside really well with butter. And that'll help from keep it from sticking when you go to take your cheesecake out of the pan. So we're just going to go ahead and put our crust right in here. And we want to go down in there evenly. Then what I'm going to do is get a small measuring cup and sort of just press down around to get it nice and flat and packed down as best you can. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and pour our batter right into the pan. Alright, now what you want to do is tap your pan on the countertop, get all the bubbles out. This will give you a nice, even cheesecake. It'll be nice and smooth on the top. Get all those air bubbles out. And the tapping seems to be a little bit not very effective. We're gonna go ahead and, sorry, I'm trying to grab a fork out of here. You can just trace the top with the fork to kind of break up the bubbles and then tap it out some more. Just try to break up all the little bubbles, get all those little air bubbles out. Now we did all that. We're going to take a paper towel and cover the top part. And this, when you put it in the Instant Pot, when it's pressure cooking, it's going to build up steam. You don't want any of that steam to fall on your cheesecake, because then you're going to get a funky looking cheesecake. And then we're going to put the foil on top. And we want on the bottom. So keep a lot of the moisture out so you won't get a wet cheesecake. The steam buildup. That's really good. And then I don't have a sling for my Instant Pot, so I'm just going to make one out of foil so it's easier to take out, because it will be hot when you go to remove it. So you just take a piece of foil, kind of fold it like that, and you do this, and then you have little handles to pull your cheesecake out of your pot. So I have 1.5 cups of water already in my inner liner. Set that in there. I put my trivet in there so that my pan can sit on top of it. And just lower that right in there. So see how it's kind of close to the edge there? You need something else to be able to lift it up. So you can get fancy dancy little handles to help you, but I can do this. So we're gonna go ahead and put our lid on. Make sure our knob is turned to sealing. And then we're going to set it for 45 minutes high pressure. I don't have a high pressure button, so on my model, the manual is high pressure. So we're gonna set it for 45 minutes. And then we're gonna leave it alone. When the timer goes off, we're gonna do what's called a natural release for about 15 minutes. A natural release just means you leave the pot alone. Don't touch it for 15 minutes after the initial cooking time is done. In that time, it's gonna start depressurizing. And then once our 15 minutes of natural release, then we're gonna do a quick release, which is just pushing the knob to release all the rest of the pressure. And we'll see you back here in about 45 minutes.
Explain it.
Okay, so now our cheesecake is done cooking. It's counting up now instead of counting down. So that just means that it's been done cooking for 14 minutes now. And once it hits 15, I'm gonna release the rest of the pressure so that we could take the cheesecake out of the pot. So we just have to wait for it to say 15 and it should be good. If you go a minute or two over on this recipe, I don't think it's gonna hurt it. But all right, so here we go. And you wanna be careful doing this because it is hot steam that's gonna shoot up. So I've done this plenty of times, so I'm okay with it. Some people are scared, but if you get scared though, and you don't really wanna touch it, you can just take a wooden spoon or something and just, oh, the pressure is done though. I guess it released all its own steam, so it's good. Well, let's see what we got here. We're going to take this off, set it down. You want to check it to make sure that it's cooked through. Just carefully do this because it'll be hot. I don't want to burn myself. So it's still wet on top, so I think we need to put it back in. For maybe another 5 minutes. It shouldn't look wet like that. And my napkin touched there. But I'm gonna put this back in for another 5 minutes. And just so it cooks all the way through. We'll wrap this back up. And I want to make sure I still have enough water in there, which looks like I need to add a little bit more water in there, so I'm gonna grab, and we're just gonna go ahead and put that right back in there, and then we'll just hit the keep warm cancel so we can restart our timer with that, and then we're gonna set this right back on top, lock it in place. Make sure we're on sealing, and we're gonna hit manual, and then we're gonna go down, and we'll do 5 minutes, and then we'll let it natural release again for a little bit, and then hopefully it'll be done the second time around. Alright, so we're just gonna let it natural release the second go around for 5 minutes, because we only cooked it for another 5 minutes. So once this hits 5, I'll go ahead and released all the rest of the pressure. So it counts up when it's done cooking, so it knows how long, so you know how long your stuff has been done cooking. The keep warm light stays on. So all that steam is gonna release, and once that's done, I can open the pot because it's locked until all the steam gets released. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully it's done cooking. It's got not a lot of jiggle in the middle, so that's good. So I think we're good. We're just gonna let this cool on the countertop for an hour and a half, and then we'll cover it again and stick it in the fridge. And we'll leave it in the fridge for about 12 hours or overnight, and then it'll be ready to cut in and dig in. It's not going to have a smooth top because my napkin touched, or my paper towel touched the top of it, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll taste delicious. Alright, so here we are. Our cheesecake has been refrigerated overnight, and here comes the unveiling. It's all cooled. Pop this out of the springform pan. I'm going to try to slide this with my knife. Parchment paper is supposed to help with this, but it may not have worked in my case. Here we go. There we go. Okay. I can just slide it off, put it on my plate. I'm just going to go ahead and slice into this cheesecake here. We'll do a little bitty slice. So you can see the slice, I'm just going to put that right there. That's the finished product. And it's a 7-inch pan, so it's going to be more like a mini cheesecake than a full-size cheesecake, but it's perfect for, you know, if you just like to indulge a little bit. Till next time. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends. See you next time.